Visitors who did not specifically ask were not being told why the whale show was canceled for the day. Probably not the kind of thing a fun-seeking tourist wants to be burdened with anyway. But Hugo's death was the burden of his trainers and Seaquarium's general manager, Warren Zeiler, visibly saddened by the 14-year-old whale's death. He was here when a 13.5-foot Hugo arrived, fresh from capture in the Pacific, a petite ton of fun. He got to watch Hugo grow to 23 feet and 5 tons. That's Hugo. And that's Lolita, who shared a tank, a show, and we're told a little romance with Hugo from 1970. While Seaquarium hoped for offspring, there was none. They were actually just reaching the right age for that.
I think she'll sense the lack of his presence. I can't say that she is grieving or use any of those adjectives because that is anthropomorphic and we really shouldn't apply human characteristics to animals, but having been with them so long, I find it difficult not to do just that.
Zeiler would not disclose where the autopsy would be performed on Hugo, nor where the remains would be buried.
Will there be a replacement?
We have no plans for that at this time, no.
So Lolita will go on with the show, so to speak?
Absolutely, along with Moana and Makani, the two Pacific white-sided dolphins that are in there with her and are her companion animals. First thing in the morning, they'll start right up again.
At Seaquarium, Maury Alter, Newswatch 10.